let me bring you guys on a quick walk around tour of this car. 286 horsepower and 550 Newton meters of torque. So let me bring you guys on a quick walk around tour of this car. I'm sorry if you can hear some crane, there is some construction going on in that direction, but this is the emptiest road I can find around this area. So this is actually the E350e exclusive line. There are 3 variants available in this market. There's the exclusive line, AMG line, and also the Edition 60. Edition 60 is actually limited edition, so I won't go into that. So what differentiates the exclusive line and the AMG is the body styling and also the design of the sport rims. It is this part right here which you can really differentiate between the two, and also the sport rims. This is for the exclusive. The calipers are blue on all variants, and since we are looking at the wheel, all variants get 19-inch wheels. On all variants of the E350e, you actually get the Mercedes-Benz multi-beam LED. It is an enhanced version, and on each headlight you actually get 84 individual LEDs. So they are super bright, as you can see, and the startup sequence, which I would overlay right now, is really cool. So it doesn't say that it's exclusive or AMG, you have to see it from the styling. And remember, I showed you guys in the beginning of the video that this is the charging port for the car. It is locked right now if the car is locked. And since we're at the back, I discovered this out of sudden. My hands were full one day and I wanted to open the boot. I wasn't sure if this car had the feature where you just swipe your foot below the bumper and the boot would open. So I had to try it out. There. So this is the key that you get with the E350e. It's a very standard Mercedes key. This is to lock, unlock, and this is to open your boot lid. This has keyless go, so you just put it in your pocket. Just touch it. You are greeted with a very luxurious interior. Well, no doubt about that. There is wood linings across the whole dash to the side, as you can see right here. I really like the feel of it. You get Burmester sound system, as you can see right now. There's actually 16 speakers, a total system output of 640 watts. And talking about 16 speakers, you actually have one up here on the dash. This whole piece right here is actually a speaker. And these are your seat adjustments. It's not on the seat itself if you're not familiar with Mercedes, although you get the lumbar support adjustments right here. And right next to the seating adjustment switches, you actually have this symbol right here with an L on the seat picture. If you click on it, when the light lights up, this is actually to adjust the seat on the co-driver side using the same seating adjustment switches here. So you just turn it off and you can control your driver's side again. Door bins are relatively large. I can actually fit my whole camera inside here. And as usual, these are your adjustments for your side mirrors and windows. Side mirrors adjustments are on top. These are for your passenger windows. This is your safety lock. This switch right here is to open your boot, and as we look into the cabin, you are greeted with aluminium cake plate embossed with Mercedes-Benz on it. As you can see, the design of the chair is very elegant and the feel to it is actually very comfortable. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but let me try to get closer. These are dark brown seats, but I can actually see dark stains on it, so it definitely needs some upkeep over time. And if you notice, this is like very long. That's because I extended the thigh support, which is the button above the one that you move your seat forward and backwards. As you can see right here. There. You can really extend it to the front, which I really love it. If you watch my previous videos, I always talk about thigh supports, and I prefer cars that can actually adjust this. And coming on to this side, as you can see, these features aren't here. I suppose these are usually for your blind spot monitoring, lane departure and all, but this car doesn't have it. It only has a button to turn on or off your parking sensors. Your light controls are down here. This is your parking brake. So as we step into the car, solid door close. You're greeted with this plug-in hybrid entrance. I mean, welcome logo kind of thing. So let's start the car, shall we? Whoops! So the sound that you can hear right now is actually the engine, because I'm actually low on electricity. As I mentioned just now, the wood lining that runs along the dash, as you can see right now, it is really premium and I love the feel to it. I have to say the design of this interior is really beautiful. So far for cars that is at this price point or even lower that I featured on my channel, this is probably the best interior of them all. All the materials that are in here are premium. These are real stitching, obviously. Soft touch everywhere, premium leather everywhere. I really like all the switches right here. They are all metal stuff, though you may need some time to actually get used to the buttons in the center console especially. And in case you guys are asking what are these are to turn on and off your aircon vents. Okay, I have to mention these right now because it's just too attractive. 12.3 inch HD display. It's not touchscreen. See? You have to control it through this dial right here. There is a really slight millisecond lag to it, but it's not really a thing to complain about. So on the main menu, what you see is navigation, radio, media, telephone, connect, vehicle system. So I'm not going to go into every single thing that you see on the screen, but some notable things is if you go into vehicle, that is where you actually adjust the climate control for the rear seats. Yeah, you don't have any physical buttons right here to control the rear climate control. You have to do it in this system, which you have to go into rear, and that's where you control the airflow and temperature, which is a bit of a hassle honestly, but not really a big deal. Just put your hand back there and click on the button. Other controls include checking your hybrid status and information, your dynamic select configuration, your assistance configuration. Assistance configuration is where you turn on and off your ESP, your parking pilot and cameras, your active brake assist. Active brake assist is something that you have in this car where if it detects you are almost colliding with a car in front, it would apply brake up to 40% just to dampen your collision. But unless you're unconscious, if the brake assist comes on, you actually feel that the car is braking itself and there's an audible tone that beeps, you would actually brake yourself. So yeah, you can adjust it to have early active brake assist, medium, late, or you're going to switch it off, also up to you. Attention assist, if it detects that you are sleepy, it will let you know. I think the attention assist works by vibrating the steering. I'm not really sure about this. So, and the most important part, since it's daylight right now, you may not be able to see it very clearly, but if you watch my night POV video, you would be able to see the beautiful ambient light, which you can adjust in the light settings. You have 64 colors to choose from, and yeah, you can see that in the POV video as well. So there are tons of things you can actually configure. Even this screen right here that is in front of the driver, you can configure it to different designs, and you can do that through this touch sensitive control on the right. All you have to do is press this hold back button and you get to your content and get to your design, and you get to choose between 3 themes, that is sport, classic or progressive. So I change it to sport right now. Anyway, let's get moving. This is where your cup holders are, and that is where you put your phone. As you can see right now, it actually has NFC, and you don't actually get a 12-volt charging port here. As you can see, you do get a USB port though. This slot right here is where you put your key. So if you notice, I actually have 2 bottles on the co-driver seat. It's actually to demonstrate something. If I put it here, you already know that my phone is right there, right? It's actually a hassle to get it. You still can get it, but it actually blocks the way. Right here, this dial is the dial that you control the screen, and these are the buttons which I mentioned in the driving experience video as well. This is to change your driving modes. This is for your volume. This is to on and off the screen in the center. You can't off that, by the way. You're not supposed to off that anyway. This button is to raise or lower the back shade, and this is your center console storage area. You get 2 USB ports, 1 SD card slot, an elastic band for you to put some stuff or whatever you want. It's fairly huge actually. I can put a whole toiletry bag in there. So coming up, you get, as usual in expensive cars, auto dimming rear mirror, sunglasses compartment, and these are all your light controls. This button right here is for you to open your panoramic sunroof. It doesn't only open the shade, you can open the glass as well. Cool, eh? And your sun visor, they're actually very thoughtful. They put another piece of thing right here so that you can block off front and side at the same time. Isn't that thoughtful? I have to say it is very comfortable in here. Build quality is not an issue at all, though you can hear the engine noise. NVH is fairly good except for the engine noise insulation, but yet again it's nitpicking. So the steering, I actually mentioned about it in the driving experience segment just now if you watched it, and I need to turn it to the side to show you guys. This is your indicator stalk, that's your gear lever, this is to adjust the steering column. Lots of adjustment in this car. This is for your cruise control and speed limiter. I know I said it just now, but the leather on this steering wheel is really comfortable. It is soft as well. So let's move on to the back. Rear legroom is not a problem. That was in my sitting position. Really everything screams luxury in the back as well. Although you have to manually lower the sunshade, but that's fine lah. How lazy can you be? Awesome ambient lighting continues to the back. It is everywhere in the car, so you can imagine how beautiful it is. And here in the back, you actually get 2 air vents, climate control. This is for your temperature, this is for the fan speed, 12-volt charging port, ashtray. The tunnel is huge, but that's because this is a rear-wheel drive car. It's the same for all RWD cars. The seats are really comfortable in the back as well, although I would prefer if I can extend the thigh support like in the driver's seat. I don't know if you can see, but my thigh is actually hanging out a bit. Center armrest at a really nice height. Cup holders, which is really fancy. Look at that. Can you see that? A little storage space for whatever you can fit in there. It just feels so relaxing in this car. I can sleep in here actually. This class doesn't open though. It's only the front that opens. Yeah. Getting in and out is not that hard as well. It's one of the top comfortable executive sedans. Let me just turn off the engine and show you guys the last part of the car, which would matter a lot to some. So this is the boot space. See the plug-in hybrid thing here? I assume that's your battery pack in there. And this bulge is actually quite inconvenient because I tried fitting some stuff that would be able to fit if this bulge is not here at all. And this is the charging adapter, which I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. And if you open up, I showed you that as well, the fast charging cable. And this is your tow hook and stuff. This car doesn't have spare tires, it runs on run flat. To close the boot, just press on this. Fancy. And you're gonna see something. You cannot close the boot like this. You have to actually press the button. So since the car is unlocked, I'm going to show you guys again. Yeah. Charging socket. Yeah, that's all for the E350 plug-in hybrid walk-around tour. If you want my conclusion about this car, if you want a very comfortable, a very luxurious executive sedan, you should get this car. It screams comfort and luxury. That's the two words that I would emphasize on this car. So comment down below, why would you get this car and why wouldn't you get this car? I would like to hear your comments about it. I hope you guys find this video simple and informative. So that is all for the review of this E350e plug-in hybrid. If you are not a subscriber, you can support me by subscribing for more future videos. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.